Hello and welcome to the official podcast of Mississippi Gamer Society, name to be determined at a later date by you, the people. I'm Jason, and these are my co-hosts.
Well, I'm Joseph Henderson. Most people know me as Footsies.
I'm Sarah. I'm known as Sarah Bear on all of our platforms except for Facebook. Other than that, I'm Sarah Lee.
And I'm Big Red, go by Big Red Bradley, but it's Josh Bradley, brother to Jason. So that's the team.
Yep. So I go by JB the Rooster on most platforms, since I forgot to mention that. But yeah, so this is the admin team of Mississippi Gamer Society, and this is our podcast where we basically will just talk about video games, tabletop games, whatever we want, mostly gaming related, but other geek culture stuff as well, and just kind of want to have the freedom to do whatever we want since it's ours. Yeah, so we at the time of recording, it's actually the day before Independence Day, and just last week. Just last week, we spent the weekend at Mississippi Comic Con, and we had a really good time there. We had a booth for Mississippi Gamer Society as well as for our in-house game dev studio, 601G Studios. Joe kicked some asses on Power Rangers Battle for the Grid,
Of course.
and as he does, because Joe is the resident fighting game expert of the group,
Try to be at least.
and the rest of us just kind of promoted and recruited, networked with some people. It was all around a good time. Sarah, you got anything to add about Comic Con?
Well, Comic Con was awesome. I enjoyed getting to see everybody's cosplays and all the cute little kids. And yeah, it was a great time. I had so much fun.
Yeah. What about you, Josh?
It was wonderful. I got to order a 40K suit, which was just, they did wonderful. Of course, there was all kinds of wonderful cosplays and the artists and the booth, everything. 2022 was very successful for Comic Con, as for Mississippi and as well. It was just all around.
Yep. What about you, Joe?
Honestly, it was expected how, at least for my little event, but overall, I thoroughly enjoyed everything about Comic Con. I usually do. I enjoyed the atmosphere, the people, the cosplays, the different artists, the booth, just everything about it. I thoroughly enjoyed everything. Everybody that came out to meet us, just I genuinely loved it.
Yeah, man, it was a good time. A lot of very interesting cosplays. We got to meet some of the people from our group that maybe we haven't met before. See some familiar faces as well, and hang out with our crew, which was one of the best parts of it. And we definitely networked with a lot of interesting people, some artists, other, I guess you could say, creators. We there were some tabletop game uh, makers, I guess would be the word for that, next to us, and they were really interesting. But yeah, Mississippi Comic Con was a huge hit for everybody, including us.
Big agree on that.
Yeah, I think it really lit a fire under us to get more activities together for everybody to get to network and visit and just make friendships within our own community. A smaller version of Mississippi Comic Con, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. I think it definitely lit a fire to just kind of ignite the community and get some stuff happening. I mean, just this weekend, we've had a lot going on in our Discord server. People actually grouping up to do gaming sessions that just normally doesn't happen. Something we've wanted to do a lot, but finally getting some of that going, and it's really exciting too. So, does anybody have anything else regarding Mississippi Comic Con, or should we talk about some of the other events that we host or are involved in?
I think everybody would like to hear about all the events they do and everything. I know a lot of them see it on the socials. They don't interact as much. They mostly lurk. I still love them though. I do. Lurkers.
Yeah, so Joe, how about you tell us a bit about the events we do in Pearl at the Eplex?
Ooh, all right. So currently, we have been hosting a monthly tournament named Battle for the Bracket. We recently switched from weeklies or bi-weeklies to monthlies, and so specifically, we have been running fighting game tournaments. So I know a lot of people say the FGC is dead in Mississippi, but it's actually not. It's just we don't really have a solidified place for us to meet up and just hang out, play some fighting games, get better, just kind of coach each other, improve things like that, and just kind of get our whole entire scene out there. So we've teamed up with the Eplex recently. Well, not even recently. At this point, it's been about a year, but we host fighting game tournaments. And we actually have a fighting game tournament coming up pretty soon. If you all are interested, it's coming up on the 16th. It's going to be a Saturday. We're starting pretty early. We're only running 4 games though, and I highly, highly, highly want you all to go ahead and pre-register for this event if you plan on coming out. We'll have links all across our social medias, but to specify what games we're playing, if it's interesting to you, we're playing the newly released DNF Duel, we're playing Dragon Ball Fighters, we're playing Tekken 7, and we're playing Guilty Gear Strive. If you're a huge fan of fighting games, or you just need a hangout place to just come and chill, just meet with new people, or you want to learn how to play a fighting game, or just learn about the people within our community and things like that, I highly recommend you come out to the Eplex at the Pearl Outlet Mall and just come have a good time with us.
Very well said, Joe. I think I'm looking forward to it myself. I've been playing DNF Duel, and as you know, it's pissing me off. I, I need some one-on-one coaching, but I'm
Get
definitely
good.
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing some of our guys on that, as well as Guilty Gear Strive, which I probably won't do very well at that either because I've been focusing too much on actual working on things and DNF Duel when I do practice fighting games.
Hey, it
So
happens.
yeah,
I'm climbing the leaderboard for Dragon, and I'm gonna take what I can in DNF Duel. So
That's what I like to hear.
I will not be competing.
I wish we can get you to compete, at least in Tekken.
yeah, come
I
on.
will be there to support and cheer you guys on, but I will not be competing.
you're trying out the Dragon Knight on DNF Duel, though.
Yeah, you got to try
Yes, I
Dragon
will
Knight
try
out.
it out. I promise you guys I do want to try it out. I think it looks very interesting, and the Dragon Knight definitely has piqued my interest. But it would take me a lot of practice and screaming at my PC for me to get brave enough to compete against anybody.
Hey, we all move at our own pace.
I'm gonna say, who are you telling? That's all I've been doing.
That's how you get good.
Say, ask my wife. I've been off and on DNF Duel today, and she has probably heard me screaming at my computer quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a learning process. Like I said, everybody moves at their own pace. You have to understand how you learn and what's best for you in your learning process. But once you figure that out, learning fighting games specifically is a whole lot easier than a lot of people think.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just you just have to find your niche on what works for you. And it's like I do offer coaching if you ever needed coaching. This goes for anybody out there that I can sit down personally one on one and we can work on specifically any fighting game you want to specialize in. I play a lot of fighting games. I main just a couple of fighting games, just like one or two, but I have that knowledge and know-how on how to transfer fundamentals and basic knowledge from one game to another so I can help you understand where to start, how to improve, and where to go from there. So it's just a process. If you want the time, if you have the time, then you just put it in and you'll get better.
And Joe, I got to tell you, when you started helping me, the biggest thing for me was when I actually finally committed to getting a fight. I got an entry level fight, but just making controller back to what fighting are actually built on, just it helped me with inputs and love for just that much.
Yeah,
Man, I just
See, that type of commitment works for a couple people too. Like having something where like fighting games were like born just this is what they were played on back in the day. In arcades, if you were old enough to go to arcades and you had your pocket full of quarters, you would go in, you would slap down. This is like arcade sticks. That's what it was all about. But it's like not everybody wants to make that transition, which I totally understand. But if you feel comfortable or you feel like if you can dedicate yourself to learning this new control scheme alongside learning a fighting game on top of that, it may help your learning process because you're already having to introduce yourself to something completely new, and throwing that on top of it, it may be fun to you to have an arcade stick. Some people just still prefer a controller, which is totally understand. You can get the same results with a controller. Like you don't necessarily need a fighting stick, but to each their own. And so, hey, if that helps you, I'm all for it. I can work either way, and we just go from there.
Yeah, wholeheartedly. I'm same way as Josh. That transition to the fight stick has made learning fighting games much more enjoyable to me, as well as I think it's made it easier to learn on. It feels more natural to me for a fighting game. But like Joe said though, that's to each their own. Not everybody's gonna like it. There's nothing wrong if you don't like it. But for me personally, I love my fight stick, and for fighting games specifically, I could not go back to a controller. For reference, me and Josh were not big fighting game players, not really in the FGC until we started hosting these tournaments about a year ago. It's thanks to Joe showing us how much enjoyment we could get from these games and showing us, how rewarding playing these games is and the community surrounding them. It's thanks to him that we have found out just how awesome.
Yep, agreed. And for anybody that wants to see what the fighting stick, commotion and everything about, there's actually going to be enough fighting sticks and all of us at a tournament that you're welcome to come out. Give us a holler. We'll sit you down. We'll show you. And actually, Joe, some fighting stick news or something you were hiding? Is that right?
Yes, sir. So if you are interested in trying out some sort of fight stick, whether it's a all buttons controller or a traditional fight stick, we will also be giving away a snack box micro provided by Junk Food Arcades, which is one of our recent sponsors for our tournament. So be checking our socials for that, and we'll have more information regarding that, and we'll also be showcasing that at our tournament upcoming pretty soon, so just be on the lookout for that as well.
Yep. So, anything else we missed regarding our tournaments or any other events? I mean, I guess we could talk about online events, since the Battle for the Bracket tournaments are strictly in person at the Eplex in Pearl, but we do have plans for conducting more events online.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah, what are you looking forward to, Sarah, specifically with the online events? Because I don't want us guys to just overshadow and hog the podcast here.
Oh, no, y'all are fine. When it comes to fighting
We
games
got
and the
to
tournaments,
have
I
inclusion.
I think I'm most excited about the community nights because we can bridge hanging out in person. Like if you want to go to Pearl to the Eplex and hang out in person, or if you're stuck at home, you can do that as well because we're going to be running a bunch of different games online on Discord. And so if you're not on our Discord, you definitely want to get on our Discord.
Yeah.
We're going to have different games going, different admins, some of our mod teams, some of our TOs, maybe even are going to be helping run different games. So you guys, maybe you're a cozy gamer like me. That's mainly my specialty is cozy gaming. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting to share my love of cozy gaming with people. So in the cozy game channel, I'll be in the voice chat. We'll be picking different games every month and get to do stuff like that. And I know some of the other guys are talking about doing different games and fighting and maybe MMORPGs and stuff. I really think it's super exciting. I think the hardest part for me is knowing that I'm going to be in one voice chat and you guys might be playing a game that I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to play that game too. But I'm really excited about it. I'm super stoked to get to meet some of the people in our community. So if you are a lurker and a little shy, that's what I was to start out with in the group, and now I'm an admin. So you don't have to lurk forever. um, Everybody's super nice and inclusive, and I'm super excited to meet some of you. So get brave and say hi. Come hang out with us.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on the one part there that if we're going to be hosting multiple different games, it will be um, if you're doing running cozy games in one voice chat, and then say Josh is running first person shooters or MMORPGs, and then I'm running the other. It's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough because I'm gonna see somebody over here running first person shooters, and I'll be like, dang man, I mean, this MMORPG is pretty cool, but I want to be playing that too. They're like, what do I pick?
Jason, the simplest solution to this is the community just bands together and actually gets enough people on there that all we got to do is tell everybody, it's like, hey, okay, you were starting at this time. Everybody hop in. You want to quit playing a game? If there's enough people in the server that's hurting or jumping out, guess what? Move.
Yeah.
But we got to get more people.
Yeah, I mean that's like the past couple nights we had some Among Us lobbies going, and the first night, Marco, one of our tournament organizers, he was organizing this Among Us night, and so he was running the lobby, and everybody was having a good time. And then the next night, well, so many of us had so much fun that night that the next night we were like, all right, let's do this again. But Marco wasn't available, so my wife Cheyenne just picked up the slack and was like, hey. All right, I guess I'll host the lobby. I don't really know how. I literally just played the game for the first time the night before, but she hosted the lobby for hours last night. And that's just kind of how it works. Is
Well,
we
exactly.
as long as we've got people there, as long as there's a group of people, we can get it organized. Somebody can get it organized.
And it don't have to be odds. Y'all can
Right.
the whole community come out like, hey, guess what? We're all gonna get together. We all want to. We ain't stopping nobody. We just are involved in as much as we want to be, and we just want everybody else to do the
Right. I mean, we will do what we can to put these things together for the community and organize it because it is our community and we love it and we want it to thrive. So we'll do everything we can to get things going, to kickstart things, but you know, then we can just turn it over to the people and let the community do what they want.
power of the for the by the people.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to these community nights as well. I thoroughly enjoyed the past couple of nights of playing Among Us with some of our guys. Some of these people were lurkers that I had never even talked to in the server. And so it's really cool to just, meet new people and play video games with these people, and it's just a lot of fun. But yeah, we've also done some tournaments online before. I know, you know, you may be thinking, well, if you do fighting game tournaments in person, why not do fighting game tournaments online as well? And
Not everyone will roll back. That's why.
yeah,
Roll back.
yeah, rollback netcode has a lot to do with that, which
We're
just
not even
yeah,
gonna
we're
detail
not
that.
even yeah.
That's
So
a
we're not
whole nother
There's no
episode.
rollback.
yeah, we're not going to talk about we're not going to get into the details of what rollback is, but the main thing to take away there is networking. Networking is the big problem for playing fighting games online. Even ones that have good netcode, a lot of us have really lousy internet. Me, I do. My internet speeds are not good. And playing fighting games online, even with good netcode built into the game, doesn't really work very well for me. So as much as we would love to host these games online, we kind of have to get up to speed with better internet speed before we can really do that. But that leaves it open to, well, not all games are as intensive on network as fighting games are, such as trading card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We have hosted, what, 2, 3 Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel tournaments?
I believe 2 so far.
Yeah, we've done 2 of those, and I mean that has been a great time. I participated in one of them myself, and I had a really good time. I actually did a lot better in that tournament than I expected to, considering how little I play it.
Had to talk you into actually entering it.
Yeah, I was not really feeling up to entering because I hadn't played the game in a while and didn't really think that I had a deck up to snuff, but I did pretty decent, so I'm glad Joe talked me into it. But yeah, we can do more tournaments like that with Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel as well as any other games.
Pokemon
Right.
Showtime.
Whatever other games are reasonable as far as the networking side goes, and whatever games the community wants. We can organize these things. Pokemon Showdown. We've done that in person, but due to how easy it is to run and how readily available it is to anybody, we can definitely run that online.
Typically, any TCG or strategy game that's not really intensive on actions that has to be like inputted across the network in a reasonable time. Like you said earlier, fighting games you have to have like instant feedback on your buttons and things like that. But TCG strategies, things like that, really not as intensive, and so those are fine to run online, even on the slowest of connections.
Yep. So I mean, if people want to play Magic the Gathering Arena, we can do it. If they want to play Legends of Runeterra, Joe,
Yes, sir.
we can do that.
And hopefully, eventually, the Pokemon TCG, whenever they decide to push out the actual new updated client for North America.
I've been waiting so long on that because I quite enjoy the Pokemon TCG Online, but the current client is old, it's outdated, and we know that they've got a new client coming. So hopefully they'll actually
It,
get that out to us maybe this year,
it,
and we
it
can do that.
should be this month. It really needs to be this month, to be honest, because I forget whether or not they even specify the actual release date for it or if they even gave it a time slot.
Yeah,
I feel like it should release this summer, but who knows? It's Game Freak. It's Pokemon. Yeah, we know how that goes. So we just in the waiting
They got the
process.
big release in November. Hopefully they'll get
Yeah, they have time, but we don't want to wait too long because like Scarlet and Violet is right around the corner as well.
right.
And that's another really good game that we could possibly run online. Like I know a lot of people own Switches nowadays. Like I love my Switch, and so it's probably my only other console that I actually hop on besides just being on my PC.
Same.
agreed.
Yep.
And
And
so
we know
having
Sarah lives on her Switch.
oh
I do
yeah,
love my
No,
Switch.
Sarah doesn't like the Switch at all.
all the cozy games.
Yes,
Definitely
give me
not the
all
home
the
for
good
cozy.
games. I'm a hardcore gamer.
Hardcore cozy gamer.
I mean, Doom is on the Switch.
It
Yeah,
is.
I
and
mean,
it's cozy depending on
yeah,
who you ask.
I've got
All
quite
right,
a few
Doom is
different games
cozy.
on there.
There's nothing better than heavy metal and killing demons. Just saying.
Sounds cozy to me.
Especially because there's a shotgun in.
I'll stick to baby metal and planting harvest.
Hey, I'm game for that too. Give me some baby metal, some Stardew Valley.
Yeah,
That's a good time.
I know.
While we're on the topic, what would you all say is your favorite Nintendo Switch game currently or coming
Ooh,
out?
Good topic.
Oh gosh.
the one I'm
Any
currently playing is still the new Pokemon Legends.
Oh, Arceus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I absolutely love it.
Would you say that's your favorite game, like overall on the Switch currently?
Yeah, the Skyrim port wasn't. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Pokemon Legends.
I got you.
Sarah, do you have anything, or are you still thinking?
Well, okay, so my current game that I've been playing like tons of is Cozy Grove, which is like Animal Crossing, but it's kind of darker, I guess. So I've been playing a lot of that, and then I recently downloaded like the Don't Starve games, so I've been playing those quite a bit because they are both frustrating and addicting at the same time. But I'm most excited about Bear and Breakfast coming out because you guys know I've
Ooh,
been waiting on that game to come out for
Yeah, that one
years.
looks good.
And I am so ready for this game to release because it's going to be adorable and I'm so excited.
I'm
I
gonna have to
can't wait.
check that out myself.
I have
I've
big
been
Yeah.
hopes
seeing
on my
it.
calendar.
When does it come out?
I'd have to open up my calendar.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. What about you, Jace?
Uh, no, you go ahead, Joe.
Oh,
Because
you are.
I think we already know what yours is.
Oh, you
I, I
already
think
know, buddy.
my answer is a little more complicated.
I mean, if you want to get yours out the way,
Oh
because I
no,
mean,
go ahead, go ahead.
all
Gush.
right. Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, 3, X, Saga, Gears, any of them. It doesn't matter. But specifically on the Switch, any of the Xenoblade games. And then Xenoblade 3 is coming out on the 29th of this month. Can't wait for it. I'm going to be lost. Nobody's going to hear from me. So that's that.
Good knowing you, brother.
Yep, it was good knowing you. We'll see you in a few months.
Oh, yeah. It sucks that it comes out at the end of the month, though, because I got to turn around and go to work. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, looking at the bookshelf behind me, I am a bit of a Nintendo Switch addict. I I have two
No,
I have too many games on the Nintendo Switch.
no such
So
thing.
no, yeah, that's true. There are several that I still don't have. So I don't have enough. But there's a handful that are definite standouts. And I think I would have to say my personal favorite on the Switch is Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Ooh, three
I
houses.
I mean, it's just amazing. I don't really know how else to say it. It's great. You get to in the first part of the game, you teach students and train them in the officers academy, and then there's a time skip, and then you go to war, and it's a tactical JRPG, turn based. It's really good story, fully voice acted, both English and Japanese. It's just awesome. I can't recommend it enough. I think the closest for me behind Three Houses though would be Dragon Quest XI.
Oh,
I'm a big Dragon Quest fan too, which
facts.
it's funny. I say I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan, and a lot of people would spear me to death because I've only played Dragon Quest 8 and Dragon Quest 11. But to that I say, you can be a huge fan just playing one. You don't, you know, you don't have to play an entire franchise to be a fan of it. But yeah, Dragon Quest 8 was one of my favorite games growing up, and Dragon Quest 11 is every bit as good as I remember 8 being.
I'm
I
also
do
a Dragon
enjoy
Quest
11.
fan. Go ahead, Josh.
I was just saying, I do enjoy playing 11.
Yeah, 11's really good, and I I still haven't even finished it. I I need to go back and finish it. I'm thinking I might honestly pick it up and play it on my PC now because it's in PC Game Pass. But I don't know. Either way, I need to go back to it. What were you saying, Joe?
Oh, I was about to say, I'm honestly a big Dragon Quest fan as well. And from one Dragon Quest fan to another, if I had to recommend one Dragon Quest game for you to play, I would still, to this day, highly recommend Dragon Quest Nine: Centennials of the Starry Skies on the original DS.
Mhm. I've heard really good things about that one.
In my opinion, it was it's for one, it was one of the best introductory games to the series. Simple fact, because one, it was multiplayer. You could create your own character. You could team up with your friends and stuff locally, travel the entire world. You did not have to be in the same place at the same time. Like if you all wanted to travel together, you could. But say your little brother could just travel off in another direction and start on his story. Like if he's further in the story, he can veer off and continue the story while still being in the same world as you. And if you chose to follow him, you could. And it's like I feel like that was one of the games that was far ahead of his time, because a lot of games now are trying to do this concept. Some of them are failing, some of them are still like they're getting by with it. But it's like that game in particular did a really good job with it. And it's just the fact that one, it was multiplayer, and two, you create your own character, you can create your crewmates and stuff like that. And it was just fun. It was overall, in my opinion, it was the most like impressionable Dragon Quest game that I played. And I would still have heavily recommend it.
Yeah, I need to check that one
I
out for
wouldn't try to
sure.
buy the game right now because it's like $200.
Oh no, no, yeah, but say I know all the Dragon Quest games are really expensive. That's why I haven't added any of them to my collection other than 8. I now am happy to say I own Dragon Quest 8 on PS2, both the English and Japanese copy. But yeah, so that's Switch games. What games are we playing right now? Like what's just something that you've been playing a lot of lately?
I mean, if I guess I'll be the one to start that. I'm a fight game fanatic. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that at this point. It wasn't always like that though. But currently I've just been kind of grinding and labbing out DNF Duel since it came out. So that's been taking up majority of my time.
Been playing anything else or just a
A
bunch of
bunch of
that?
that, but also I've been trying to catch up on a bunch of games because like my backlog is just taking up a yeah. And so
Ooh, don't even say that word.
so outside of that, with that just coming out, I recently finished Astral Chain. I finally got around to actually sitting down and beating that. Love that game. I was going to attempt to start Bravely Default 2. I highly doubt I finished that before the release of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And as of recent, we've recently started playing Core Keeper. Really fun dungeon crawl, Terraria, cozy game. It's addicting.
It is addicting.
Yeah, I might have to check that one out too. I saw
It's
you
so
guys were
fun.
playing it, and I looked it up, and it looks really good. So I might have to grab that one pretty soon myself and
Not gonna lie,
hop on
I'm
with
thinking
y'all.
about it more than I should during the recording of this podcast.
I think we stressed Sarah out too with this boss that we fought as well.
My gosh, I died so
Oh
many times.
gosh.
It was ridiculous.
It was a mess.
Hey, we beat it.
Oh
All that
yeah.
matters. We took it down.
What about you, Josh? What are you playing lately?
Um, Skyrim,
Always.
Dragon Ball Fighters, and Diablo Immortal. I have not given in to the money that they are requesting of me. I'm just
Boo,
casually enjoying.
boo. He plays Diablo
To be fair,
Immortal.
it is fun. It is
I like
fun.
Diablo.
But
Nah, I'm just
Thank
I'm
you,
just
yes.
picking. I'm just picking. I haven't played it personally because I've just never gotten into
oh,
the
you
Diablo
missing out.
games. But it's yeah, it's just funny though. People will jank on you for playing a game because the game is pay to win when you don't have to play it like that. It's only pay to win because you pay. You can just play the game.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
Oh boy.
look at Pokemon Unite.
Not
It's pay to
anymore.
win. So what?
They fixed it.
Did they
Oh yeah, they
actually? I
fixed it a
haven't been
long
on it
time
in a
ago.
while.
And
Well, that's good.
yeah,
I
I
need to
thought
get back
about it
on that.
recently.
I actually just updated mine earlier
Uh-oh.
today, so I could.
I know what that means.
Hey, it's free. It's free. It's on Switch and mobile.
And
I'm
I'm
here.
bringing charge to the town.
I'm hearing Pokemon Unite
Hey,
Community
I'm with
Night.
it.
I'm down.
I am very much down with that. So what you been playing, Sarah? Other than
Nothing
Core
for
Keeper?
today. Um, Josh got me into The Witcher, so I started The Witcher 3 for the first time the other day. Um, and I've recently finished my PC finally, and I got a new graphics card the other day. So I have been trying to catch up on so many games. So much FOMO that I'm trying to catch up on. But yeah, I got Valheim. I downloaded that and started playing that this morning. I'm really excited. That's going to be very addicting. I can feel it. I can already feel it.
Yes.
um,
Yes. I just picked that one up recently
it is so
myself, and
good.
it is addicting.
I
It's
love
really
Val.
good. Yeah, I don't know, I've got so many, with my ADHD, I kind of hop from game to game to game, so I've got
Mhm.
probably 3 or 4 games going on every platform. I even took over LJ's
Yep. That's
PlayStation the other day.
seems like a common theme here.
Yup.
Seem Seems like something we're all guilty of. Yep. I don't even know what have I been playing? DNF. I've been stressing over DNF Duel. It's ridiculous because I'm enjoying it so much, but whenever I try to go play ranked, I just rage. But then I'll after getting over it, I'll go and play the game and have a good time all over again. So I have a love-hate relationship with that game right now, but hopefully I can actually get better at it and stop raging on it. I
I
need
got you,
Joe.
bro.
I need his help. But yeah, other than that, I just played Among Us for the
Mungus.
first time ever. Among Us. Just played that for the first time ever this weekend, and that is now I see why it took over the internet for so long
Yeah,
because
it took
that
over
game's
my life for
addictive.
quite a while, and now you guys have got me back into it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome for reviving your addiction. I'm gonna blame Marco for that. The first community night was his idea,
Oh yeah. You
so
always gotta blame
that's on
Marco.
him.
He's to blame for everything.
Hey, he's not here right now, so might as well.
I'm not saying that.
Oh gosh. Well, what else have I been playing? I don't even know. That's the sad truth is
Uh-huh.
ADHD. I don't even
Which of
know
the
what I've been
20?
playing because I keep bouncing around. I just keep bouncing around. Talk about Fire Emblem Three Houses. I picked that up again recently, and then put it down immediately to play something else. So I'm back and forth. I was playing Guilty Gear Strive, but then DNF Duel came out. So whenever I feel like playing a fighting game, it's just DNF. Uh, I was addicted to Elder Scrolls Online for a good while. Definitely want to get back on that sometime soon. But yeah, I think that's kind of the big stuff. The Minecraft realm. We actually have our own Minecraft realm, and we just restarted that today. I may end up getting on that whenever we're done here with the podcast, but we'll see. I think I have a love-hate relationship with that as
I
well.
love Minecraft.
Minecraft is a game that it's a game that I used to be addicted to. I played a ton of Minecraft back in the day on every platform. I played it on Xbox, I played it on PC, I played it on phone, Switch, PlayStation, whatever. I've played it on everything, and I've burnt myself out on it way too many times. So I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Minecraft in that sometimes I just get that itch and have to play it, and then I'll burn out on it and be like, "Oh God, I hate Minecraft." But yeah, that's it for me.
I think we covered. Yep, cut that out.
No, you cut that out. Stop
Would you like to
it.
just quickly
Yeah.
explain what the whole premise of the podcast is going to be in the long run?
Yeah, so to wrap up, this podcast is basically just essentially it's going to be us four, the admins of Mississippi Gamer Society, Josh, Joe, Sarah, and Jason, and we are going to be talking about video games, talking about tabletop games, trading card games, other geek related stuff such as anime and TV shows, movies, whatever we feel like, and whatever the community wants to hear, we'll take feedback from them and uh, put that into consideration. And I think we plan on having some guests from time to time. Definitely pull guests from within our own community, such as our moderators or our tournament organizers, or just some random guy from the Discord who maybe has something interesting to talk about. But I think that's pretty much the gist of what this podcast is meant to be. Does anybody else have anything to add? Am I missing something?
I don't believe so, at least from my end.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. And maybe we should have explained a little better at the start, but is what it is. But for anyone who doesn't know, we are Mississippi Gamer Society. We are the largest gaming community in the state of Mississippi, and we do a whole lot of stuff. We do a whole lot of stuff. We do. We're on pretty much any platform you can think of. Social medias, streaming. Twitch, YouTube, anywhere you think to look, we're probably on there. And we also have some side ventures such as a game development studio, as well as which I touched on that some 601G Studios, but it's not just video game development. We also work on comic books and graphic novels. That's mostly Josh's wheelhouse, and of
Yeah.
course we talked about the tournaments that we host. That's a big part of what we do. Um, yeah, it's a lot. We do a lot of stuff. We're scatterbrained. We're
And we're willing
ADHD.
to add more. So if you have ideas, let us know. Don't be afraid to come to us and say, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? Or maybe we could play this, or have we had somebody come to us last week talk about getting or this week actually, I think it was, talk to Josh about getting movie nights and stuff like that, watch parties and stuff. So I mean, keep
Mm.
Mhm.
watching on all our social media.
Yeah,
We're always up for any kind of ideas you have. Hey, we saw this group does this, we're up for it. So we're not a closed-minded group. We want to hear your ideas as well.
yeah.
And as you can tell, this is unscripted, put together, jarbled, just like we are. We're real. We're here.
So as we did mention a little bit at the start, though, we we've been just calling it the 601G podcast, but we're thinking, we want to come up with something a little more interesting, a little more flavorful for a name. And so our idea is to take suggestions from you, the listeners, our community members. Give us your best idea for an interesting name for a podcast. And we'll take suggestions, we'll do a poll, whatever, and we'll let the community have a say in what we're going to call this thing. All right, so I think that's everything.
We're
I
good.
think we're good to wrap up.
601G out.
Yep, 601G out. Thanks for listening, guys.
Get out, Craig.